Oh, God. Hi, my name is Jen Zern. I'm the project manager with CFI, and I'm here to introduce TradeTap, one of our partners who is going to be facilitating our new training hub as well as installer profile. Paul Stewart here is going to give a presentation along with Ben Walker on some of these new features that are going to be coming live soon.
Hi, everybody. My name is Paul Stewart. I'm the founder of TradeTap. What's up, Mario? Okay, so Ben and I are going to be giving you an overview of CFI's training hub and how you as an installer can utilize their training hub to increase your standing. Sorry, we got a little feedback. Your standing in the marketplace and the way that you separate yourself as an installer to win more work and do more of the work that you want to do and maybe become as good as some of these fellas that are competing today. So first off, everything is meant to power your VTI. The VTI is the Verified Trade Index. The purpose of this is you'll get a badge. You'll be able to separate yourself as one of the installers in the industry that are trained, certified. CFI has a great suite of training curriculum that will be administered across the training hub, powering your VTI. The truth is that a lot of the installers that are trained have no, well, you're competing with roofers or, handymen that say they're carpet layers or they say they're tile layers or hardwood layers, and they're not credentialized. They don't have any formal training in the industry, but they slap a sticker on the side of their truck and they go and compete with you guys. The VTI is designed to clearly separate you guys from the non-trained kind of handyman out in the marketplace. So Ben's going to kind of run you through what the VTI looks like and then dive straight into CFI's training hub. So take it away, Ben.
All right, so what I've done here is put together just kind of a demo profile. Every installer who has a VTI will have a profile that looks really similar to this. They'll log in, they'll be able to see their picture, their contact information, all of the different kinds of flooring that they install will show up on their VTI. So and they'll also be able to see exactly what trainings they've taken so that they earned that VTI. So just imagine, as an installer, you're differentiating yourself from the handyman that Paul was talking about earlier. You have a potential job. You walk in. You have a physical ID badge with a VTI with your picture on it. On top of that, it has a QR code. You walk in. You show your customer that. You ask them to scan the QR code. It takes them to their digital VTI that's going to look similar to this on the page. You just take a look at me, take a look at the kind of flooring I like to install, take a look at the trainings that I've taken so that I can, be a proficient, high quality installer for you today. I'm going to go back, I'm going to measure your job. And when I come back out, you'll be able to ask me any questions. We'll be able to talk to you about, me and my experience as an installer. And I think what that does is just create an entirely different sort of experience for customers than the guy who really hasn't earned a VTI. So here, what this is showing is my VTI for each flooring that I install is showing my favorite kinds of flooring to install, whether it's carpet, ceramic, resilient, or wood. And then on my background, just a little bit of verbiage that I put together about me and what's important to me as an installer. You can look under my training. You can see that I'm a proficient carpet installer. And on top of that, you can look down and you can see that I have a C1 and a C2 from CFI. If you go across for ceramic, resilient, and wood, the other flooring that I like to install, you'll be able to see the exact trainings that I have taken to earn my VTI in each one of those areas. So in a nutshell, that's what the VTI is. It's completely free for an installer now. It's going to be free for an installer forever. They have a couple of opportunities to upgrade if they want to. The primary way is to, we'll provide a really inexpensive option for them to have a high quality website. Now that's really it. Other than that, it is free. So with that, I'll turn it back over to you and we can talk a little bit about anything else you want to say about the VTI and also the training hub.
Yeah, so just quickly on the VTI. Most of the guys that you compete with out in the marketplace will not even have one. So it's a clear separator between you and them. Our surveys of customers, general contractors, and homeowners, they want to know who's doing their work. This is the way that you can provide them with that comfort level that you actually know what you're doing. It's a clear separator. So long story short, the VTI is your way to market your skill and ability in the marketplace that is pretty void of any way for you to separate yourself currently. Yeah, Ben, let's move on into the training hub and kind of show how easy it can be to navigate.
So CFI is our inaugural training hub client. We're pretty proud of that. We're glad that we're starting off with the industry leaders and believe that that really sets the training hub up for success. This is CFI's training hub. Everything on it is really controlled by CFI. What we have done is put together this tool that really makes it easy for CFI to administer and operate all of their training activities. We think what this does is it sets people like Jen up, like John McHale and other volunteer leaders at CFI, to really be able to focus on the quality of the training, the content of the training, so that the installers get the very most out of it they can. And they spend less time on administering their training opportunities. And so I think in addition to improving the quality of training, the consistency of training, what it also does is it gives CFI the opportunity to train a whole lot more installers. So I log in to the training hub. I'm actually, you're going to see, already logged in because we have single sign-on. And I signed on the VTI, and that also made me sign on into CFI's training hub. Here's a dashboard, shows that I'm enrolled in one class. I haven't completed any classes. I don't have any activities that I need to do. Well, I do have an activity that I need to do right now, which is probably, well, we'll come back to that in a minute. What I think the main thing I want to show on the training hub is, every class that CFI has is going to be listed over here on the home page. In addition, all the information that CFI wants to share with installers, front and center, will be there. They can change it anytime they want to. And on top of that, topics that interest them, they can click on the appropriate button and it's going to share more information. So if you look down here on the bottom, all kinds of information about CFI as an organization, its mission, how it serves installers, and also their training classes will be listed here as well. People can sign up for a class on the training hub. They can pay for a class on the training hub. CFI controls all the content for each class. And as a matter of fact, let me show you that over here. So I signed up for the LVP1 class, which is the first class on the training hub. I paid for it, so I'm a full-fledged student. As soon as that happens, CFI's study guide is available to me because that's what CFI said they wanted. They can change that at any time, like I said. So any announcements, any glossary of terms, anything CFI wants me to see before I get to the class so I can be prepared when I show up is available for me there. And then on the left side, the whole entire class is here. And right now, it is all available to me. That would not be the case in real life because CFI will provide access to that training at the time they want to. So the study guide's available ahead of time. If there's a pre-test, if there's anything CFI wants me to do ahead of time, it'll be available. However, each module will not until the instructor releases it to them. And that'll sort of be it'll actually be the way CFI wants it. But I think where we're headed is sort of one module at a time. If there's a quiz, the quiz will be implemented. CFI controls how many opportunities a student has to take the test. And if they don't pass it the first time, right now it's set up to take twice. If they don't pass it the first time, there's a bank of questions. Some of the questions are going to change. The orders of the question are going to change. The orders of the answers are going to change. It's all just created to make it, the rigorous class that CFI wants it to be. Yes, sir.
So students that have a grade, somebody forced to take them. So do they have to go back and take months before they can do that?
So ultimately, again, it's yeah. So the question was, if somebody doesn't, I think what you said, if somebody doesn't pass it, what happens next? If they don't get to the passing grade, do they have to go back and take that module again, or what do they have to do before they have another opportunity? Is that right? So the answer is that if they don't pass, the training hub is going to show them each question. It's going to show the ones they got right. It's going to show them the ones they got wrong. And it's going to give the rationale and the explanation for the answer. So we'll be able to see that. And then if they need, it's up to the instructor. If they need, some kind of remedial work, they'll do those kinds of things and then they'll administer the test again. Right now it's set up where they have two chances without that happening. If they fail it the second time, then the instructor will do whatever they need to do to get them prepared to take that test. So other quizzes, obviously, are around hand skills. And so what this also does is it gives the instructor the opportunity to focus, observe, provide any tips that they want to provide for the hand skills. They pass or fail the student on the hand skills quizzes as well. And they make private notes that are only available to CFI and its instructors about that student and their progress. And they move through each module that way. CFI also has the opportunity, if they want some of the class to be done ahead of time online, so maybe about OSHA or about other things like that, for example, they can do that and then spend the actual in-person time doing the hand skill oriented work.
Just real quick, whether or not they take the module all the way over is really up to you if you find that that's a better method. However, at the time you go back and you retake the quiz, all the questions, though, are rearranged. What we don't want is for people to, and I think what CFI does not want, no trainer wants, is that you memorize the question and answers. So the goal is to learn. So the best way to make sure that happens is you may ask the question in a different way with different series of answers that apply to the same skill. Or it may be asked the exact same way with total three new options in there and randomized so that you're not just like, oh, D's the answer. You get what I'm saying?
Yes, 100% right. And so
That's the thing.
Yeah, ultimately that's your guys, or that's CFI's decision. If you really want to go back and you, so some theory is that you send them back to the part of the module that answers the question, that addresses that question, and you finish that, and then you can retake the quiz. That's a perfectly fine way to do it as well. ultimately, I think what's really great is you can make those changes when you decide to make them. You set it up and you're like, that's not effective enough. Let's require them to go back, reread the module, click complete, and then retake the test. So that way you are making sure that they're kind of ingraining that message.
I, so I think one way to kind of yeah, 100%. Yes, sir. And the fact is that they can't go to module 2 until the instructor releases module 2 to them. So the instructor completely controls the pace on that. So at the end of the day, well, students are going to finish the class. Hopefully they're going to pass the class. The Training Hub is going to create a PDF of the certificate that CFI wants to award them. They'll have that available on their Training Hub forever. So they don't have to keep up with it even. They don't have to ask CFI for a copy. It's always sitting right there, available for them. And then as we continue to implement this, we see lots of evolutions. Ultimately, we'll be able to suggest the most efficient path for an installer to achieve their VTI goals. So if you want to really grow in carpet, here's the way to go. You can put some filters in there around how far away you're willing to travel, all kinds of different filters to make sure that we suggest, the most efficient path for you.
Go back with the written exam, there may be question number 10, everybody sees. Is that recordable?
Yeah. So
Yeah,
that's a really good
absolutely.
point is all the data that it captures. And it is, the data will all be there. It will have the opportunity to create custom reports for CFI. CFI will be able to review how people are interacting with their training and changing it as a result.
Yeah, it can be on a dashboard even.
Yeah.
But you certainly will be able to print a number of reports in different ways that you want to see. You might say, like you suggested, that what are the which question got, did they trip up on the most? And then you going into the hands-on, know you better take some time on that.
You can.
Good point. You get to modify your study guide or modify the module itself with simple cut and paste kind of ways to put the new instruction in there. Yes.
So I think one more, just kind of element of it all tying together and being put together in the most elegant way possible. You finish the class, you pass the class. CFI has all your history and how you interacted with the class. Before you leave, you complete a survey, give CFI all the feedback that you want to give. Some of it will be.
Can you show them that, Ben? The survey part? Because I think that's really cool.
Exists.
Yeah, there. So on module 10 exit survey, yeah, I seen you show that yesterday.
So here's the survey as it's set up right now. Again,
And you guys want the feedback from the people that took the course. So this gives you a really easy way to capture that. And you don't have to write it down anywhere or log it anywhere. It's there for life for you. So you might take a year worth of these surveys and have an annual review of your trainings and say, here's what we need to improve upon, and take the steps to improve upon those items.
100%. And right now, the survey is set up to be required, so they can't actually, pass the test and the class and finish it until they complete the survey. So that's the way it's set up. Once all that has happened, they go back and look at their VTI and they will actually see the change in their VTI right then in real time. So there's no delays, no wasted effort. It's like a super efficient way for both the installer to get gratification and for the training entity to devote resources into something else besides doing things like confirm to us that the student passed that class. That's what I have to share with this right now. I don't know if there's anything else that you want to add to it.
Well, there's a lot. You could go through the entire module and you'll get to see Q&A. Maybe show them a quiz, Ben, and how you just interact with the quiz.
Yeah. Maybe we'll see how Rod does on a quiz. Huh?
We'll have Rod answer the questions.
Yes.
Haha.
So where is a quiz? Job site evaluation.
And any of these module spots where you want to add a quiz later, it's super simple to add a quiz. You may decide, you may not have a module quizzed at this moment, but then like, hey, that really should have a quiz. Adding a quiz is super easy.
Which one has a quiz?
EPA assessment.
Where is it?
You have to.
Sam? No.
All right, so here's a quiz, and you can.
I had to. I've sent people through it, but I have the book and I've reviewed it, but I have not went through it myself.
Take, and you don't panic. The point of it is that you don't want them to see. It's amazing to me. And the retake with, and if they're a good gesture, turn around and yeah, I got those right now. They just forwarded me. Didn't.
Yeah.
Not working.
Yep.
So I went ahead and answered number 1 and number 2. So HAZCOM is their abbreviation for probably hazardous communications.
So yeah, you can see these quizzes. This is an OSHA safety EPA assessment. Ben's just going through kind of answering the questions. And all the questions. So the OSHA poster number
D?
3165 refers to
Maybe not evacuation. Is it safety guidelines, air quality guidelines? Employee rights under OSHA.
Let's see if Ben passes.
Is acceptable.
Is it acceptable to remove the grounding prongs from a power tool if it does not fit the outlet?
MSCS.
And SDS are designed to provide information about
Emergency treatment and safety procedures, I would say.
which device must be used to protect against electrical shock when operating power tools.
I'm going to say GFI. Chemicals may only be transferred.
Chemicals may only be transferred into containers that are.
I'm going to say properly labeled. Shot vacuum.
Shot vacs may be used to remove flammable liquids if done carefully.
Why not? If done carefully.
The maximum OSHA fine for the first time of violation may be up to. I don't know this.
Is it 70,000?
Oh, a maximum. It is
It's
70.
actually 70,000. You go to audit.
Oh, first time violation. Yes, it is 7.
I would think it'd be 7 for first time. The EPA abbreviation stands for.
I'm going to go with an Emergency Power Authority.
Airborne wood dust can be hazardous because
I'm going to say can be an explosion hazard and cause respiratory irritation.
it can also be a bond breaker. Every hazardous chemical on a job site must have SDS and MSDS available.
I'm going to say true. Oh, so this is all 20 questions. It's intended to have 10. In occupied buildings where windows cannot be opened, installers should rely on.
Ooh,
Is it-
good one. If asbestos containing material are suspected, the installer should.
I'm going to say cover and encapsulate and report the condition.
And I want to make a quick note. If you make a mistake, you can just clear my choice and go to the correct answer.
So why don't I go ahead and miss this question and you'll see what it looks like. I might have missed some other ones anyway.
The purpose of OSHA regulation is to
I'm going to say reduce hazards and injuries.
installer share responsibility for maintaining OSHA and EPA compliance on the job site.
I'm going to say
That's actually
true.
one that's not very clear to most installers. Environmentally safe adhesives are generally described as those containing.
I'm going to say low or no VOCs.
When working with new chemical, an employee has the right to request the.
I'm going to say the MSDS. Oh, it actually says that SDS/MSDS. All right, so it gives you a chance to make sure that you answered every question, which I did. And I'm going to submit, and I only missed the one that I knew I missed. So there you go. But
so it shows you which one you missed.
And it tells you why. And I think that's actually an addition that Jen made. We added the rationale for each question, for each answer, so that people will understand.
So that's just a quick example of how easy the quiz is to administer. Although some of them questions will trip up. Like there was 3 of us here answering those questions. Yeah. So think about some of them that, were on the fringe. So it can show you how effective. And at the end of the day, if they failed, they can at this moment go back and retake the test. But the software will randomize the questions differently, so you don't just memorize that it was D or whatever.
And I would say that's an oversight. It was only supposed to give us 10 questions in that particular one. There's 10 extra questions for people who need to take the test again.
Very good. All right. Well, I think that's it. It's a good kind of 50,000-foot view of the training hub. Thank you, everybody, for turning around every now and again and giving me a high five.
And can we go ahead and give an award for the best audience participants?
Yay! All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, everybody.